Mommy, that one's yours.
Can you get out for a couple of minutes so Mommy can finish the story? And then you can come right back in and say I was doing a story time on my phone.
What story?
Get out.
I want to hear a story.
I'll tell you after. Get out.
Is it a bad story?
It's a funny story.
Funny?
Mm-hmm.
I want it to be a bad story, like a scary story.
Okay, get out. I forgive you. I just want to say that you were very wrong for for what you did. I pray to God in heaven that you didn't do that to anyone else, because you got me sexually molested. And yeah, my story time is, I was just talking to my sister, you guys, and we were talking about something, and I started telling her the story that happened to me, and literally my whole entire life, I blamed myself for the story. My whole entire life, I was embarrassed to say the story. The only person that I really spoke to about the story is my husband. And it's so crazy that how this time it kind of like includes him, you know. So let me start by saying, so I was with Jalen and Jeremy's dad. My first baby father. My first baby Zadie. My baby Zadie. Just kidding. Yeah, our relationship became really, really toxic, very abusive, and infidelity. I started getting cheated on. He became abusive. And because I was very much, y'all, I took a lot when I was young. I was very a lost kid, and I was very alone a lot of times. And a lot of times, had I not dealt with these people, I would have been homeless. So a lot of times I had to deal with certain people because I would have been homeless. Some people go through some things and then they have no choice but to deal with it. So, save the questions about why this and why that. And then I was so stupid mad. I loved so hard, y'all. I loved so hard. And imagine it'd be people. Never mind, let me just stick to the story. Turn here, Juliana. So anyways, yeah. So we were fighting so badly. One time he was cheating, doing his little thing, right? And we just had a bad argument. And I don't know if I said I was leaving, whatever. And then they had a lady downstairs. Her name was Janae. That this lady downstairs. And y'all, to be honest, I lived dead. I was dead in the hood. Dead in a place I was very, very unfamiliar with. I was in an apartment that was very, very dirty. They had roaches all over the apartment. I lived there. Jalen lived there when she was a little baby with me. And it was very dirty. Everybody in the neighborhood was allowed in that home. People walked in and out all day. Men walked in and out all day. And I stayed in my little room in the back and barely came out of the room while that happened. So yeah, anyway, so we get into one of many fights, and I'm like, I'm leaving, and I go downstairs, and the lady downstairs was like, you can come here, bring your daughter, y'all can sleep here, da da da. Now, you guys, I have a lot of stories about this, about what happened while I was living here. Now, keep in mind, people were telling me that this person was on heavy drugs. You could see it with the naked eye. You can look at the person and see. But me being me, I was friends with everybody, and I'm like, no, Gio. Drug? No. And then I was even more afraid that people thought I was doing the shit with her. Because, I done been through a lot of things in life and done a lot of things. One thing I've never done is no heavy drugs. One thing I've never done is been around people who does heavy drugs and been influenced to do so. I just, that's one thing that I was strong-minded about, But anyways, yeah, so some things are happening in between while I'm living there, and Lord have mercy. Just y'all remind me to tell y'all what happened one day when my baby daddy had Jalen, and then this white girl he was cheating on me with was there at the house now, whatever. And she was fighting me with my daughter. She had my daughter. I didn't know who this girl was, and all of a sudden he got a girl fighting me with, she's fighting with me about my child with him and him. And then the lady that I was living with turned on me, cursed me out, and put me out and then put me back. I'll tell y'all later. Remind me. I don't want to be all over the place now because I'm good at that. Y'all. Now, this story is going to be about a story where I just realized and just said out of my mouth that this lady got me sexually molested. Okay? This lady, I feel like she damn near pimped me out, to be honest. And sometimes people will be, this trafficking thing is real. And people will be in trafficking, not even know they're in trafficking. Okay? So I'm with this lady and she does her little thing. She doesn't do her little thing in front of me. I'm just all oblivious to everything. Just, oh my gosh, hi, I'm just playing with the kids, communicating with the kids. I'm having a connecting with her children, young and old, that lived in the house, you know, just genuinely connecting with these people. So one time I was outside. I'm gonna be very brief about this story because this is not the main one. One time I was outside and then there this old guy come and speak to her, and it was just so weird because me and her was out there and he was like, "Man, I thought you was gonna," and I heard her telling him like, "I got you. I told you I got you." And I think she walked up to me at the time. She was like, "Go talk to him." It was this old old man, like this old man, and I'm so like green. Like, you know, I'm like, no, like, probably, like, no, that's okay, like, you know. But any event, we go out and we meet these two guys.
Mommy, can you see what my phone's on?
Don't worry about your phone, just keep looking at that. So where was I? Oh, yeah, we go to the club, we go out, you know.
Mama, can you put my headphone back in? Fell out.
She meets this guy, which he says he works for the club or the club owner, promoter, whatever. And she speaks to him and whatever. And he has this friend. Now, she ended up very fast with this guy. She was very fast. You can have it. You know, very... Yeah, of course you can. Let's go do it. You know? And the club promoter has a friend. You know how that goes. Tell your friend, your friend. Tell your friend for my friend and your friend and my friend. Lord, so these people come over and they visit even the house where I'm living at. They visit us, and this guy, he does have conversation with me. He talks to me. I'm having conversation with him, but nothing goes further because, baby, I'm gonna be friendly to you, but you're not gonna go as far as you think you're gonna go with me, you know. So, you know, I'm just keeping him conversation as she's in the back. You dig what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? Anyways, so yeah, so I see these people a couple times. They come over to the house. Now one time we go over to the club again, and she meets back up with them. Now, y'all, this is my beginning stage of talking to my now husband. Me and my husband has been married for 11 years, together about 12 or 13. And I'm in the beginning talking to my stages. I'm having so much fun with my now husband. He was my friend, so we was having so much fun together, and we was crushing on each other. So it was like so fresh. It was so new. I loved it. I was growing close to him so quickly. And so I get in the car with her and we drive to this house. I don't know, I guess it's the man's house that she's messing with or whatever. And that guy is there. So I go, I call Deval. I'm like, come pick me up. I'm over here. This is the address. Can't Deval want to come pick me up? He's like, I'm there. You know? He's in the car like, she got me speeding in the fast lane, pedal to the floor, man, trying to get back to her love. Can't believe she got that good thing, she my little hood thing. Ask around, they know us. This time me and him didn't even do anything intimately. We were literally, he was taking his time with me. He just genuinely liked me. Taking his time with me, so respectful, you know. And I love it. I ain't let it that. So anyway, So he pulls up, and I'm like, okay, let me go tell her that I'm leaving. So I go over there and I tell her, all right, my little babooski is here. I gotta go now. I'm leaving, you know. She starts going crazy in the street, in the middle of the street outside. She's like, how the fuck you came here with me? You gonna do this to me? You gonna do this to me after everything I ever do for you? You living in my house? You came here with me? You mean to tell me you about to leave with him? Y'all, I was like, now keep in mind this lady is so much older than me. She's in her late 30s. I'm 19, 18, 19. I just had my baby. Jillian was my baby. I don't even remember where Jillian was at that night. Probably with my sister or whatever. So I'm just so shocked. She is so upset randomly because I want to go with my boy, like my little boo. My boo's here. You chill with your boo and your boo's friend and let me go to my boo. The night's over. I chilled with you. We came home from a club. She's mad because I'm not sleeping with her at this house. Now that I'm this age, now that I'm gained some wisdom, like I don't know where I was back then, but it's like, just like what she did before with that man, how that man was like, what's up? Now that I know that this lady was conspiring and told these people that she's going to get me, then she's going to get me in that house. And she going to get me in that bed for that man. That's what she going to do. She going to get me that. She's older than me. She's 40 years old. I'm 19. She lives at my house. I control her. I lived at her house for like, I was at her house for a few weeks at this point. This girl started like this. She ain't even wait. She started trying to pimp me out since day Wheezy. I don't even know what pimping is. I don't even know what none of this is, y'all, this whole time. I'm literally today years old and like, y'all know that emoji? Meanwhile, I spoke to her after I became who I was on social media. She was like, oh my gosh, I see you. I showed my daughter your videos and stuff like that. I'm like, oh my God, yeah, hi. You was the one who taught me how to make that turkey and gravy. I love that. That's my favorite meal. I'll be killing that meal now. I'll just be cooking it. I'll be cooking it so good. And she's like, yeah, girl. And I'm chatting with her. It's so crazy how life works, bro. It's so crazy how the mind works, of how you I don't know how to explain that. I can totally understand why rape victims don't say anything, because it's very confusing as a child. You're young-minded when you're young. It's very confusing. It's very like you blame yourself. You think it's your fault and whatever. So in any event, she's screaming whatever for so long. She's cursing at me like I'm feeling like she wants to beat me up at this point. I'm this small, y'all. 90 pounds. You see now I'm 33. I'm 34 years old. I don't look 34 years old. People tell me all the time, girl, I thought you look 18, you look 19, 20, you know, late 20s. Can you imagine what I looked like when I was 19? I acted and looked like a child. So I was 19 years old and very fragile, very like, okay. So should I do that? This was me as a 19-year-old. Oh, you want me, why? You want me to, okay, I'll do what? Oh, I'll do it. She told me to do something. I'm like, okay. If you know, we're both going to jail. Now I'm going to jail with you if we get caught. Because I don't know how to say, especially don't let it be people that I think that I'm living with. I feel you have full control over me. Like, I can't say nothing because I'm living in their house. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know this woman from a can of paint, y'all, besides her being downstairs. And somebody saying that she was a drug addict downstairs. To be honest with you. So anyway, I walk to the car and I tell Duval I can't go. He doesn't even know there's two men in the house. I'm not saying nothing like. And also, I didn't even say nothing because it's like I really thought she was genuinely just upset at me. I didn't understand why. But I did not know that it's because she's having dealings with these men about me on the side. And me and her are total opposites, y'all. Like, me and her are total, like, I don't belong. Now that I know, I don't discriminate. I'm friends with anybody. I realize you can't be friends with everybody because sometimes you'll be put in situations that whatever, you trying to be nice and trying to be like, oh no, I don't want nobody to think because I'm this type of person that I think I'm supposed to know. I'm your, I accept you because I want you to accept me. You can't be everybody's friend, y'all. People has bad intentions and you think that they care because they'll mask it. Now I was living in this house, but she was doing what she was doing to me. Anyway, so I'm like, Duval ended up leaving. Like, I'm just like, you have to go. You just have to go. He's not arguing with me because we not in a stage to where we didn't even have not one argument yet. He's not about to sit here and look crazy to me and be like, get your ass in this car. Like, because I'm not explaining to him what's happening. I'm just going to stay with her. Like, she's just tripping. Like, let me just stay with her. Please just go. You know what I'm saying? We're not in a deep relationship to where he's going to tell me, get your ass in this car like he will now. He'll be like, girl, if you don't get your ass in this, had it been a couple of months later. But anyway, yeah, so I end up staying, y'all. Oh, long story short, I go in the house. I'm just so distraught. I'm feeling very weird. I'm feeling very freaking weird. And I'm like, can I take a shower? I'm wearing club clothes. I used to wear short clothes, very short clothes. Now I'm not a whore, but I dressed, I was very uncomfortable. I'm like, okay, can y'all give me something to wear, please? And she gives me this big shirt to wear. I get in the shower. I feel very nasty. I've been drinking. So I get in the shower. And then I put the shirt on and I go and she's like, you're gonna go sleep in that room. She tells me, you're gonna sleep in that room. I'm gonna go sleep in that room. So she goes in that other room with another man, and the other room has it's a curtain there. There's no door, and if I'm not mistaken, there's literally a curtain that was like, it was like the bed here, and then it's separated from the living room is separated from the room with the curtain, y'all. And I get in the freaking bed. What's on here? I get in the bed and I just want to go to sleep. And this guy. Okay, put on your video, Juju. So, guys, so I lay down and I'm like, I just want to go to sleep. I want this day to be over with. And he comes lay down next to me on the other side of the bed. So he turns to me and he starts freaking begging me to give me oral. He's begging me. He's like, come on, please. I promise I'm not gonna. We don't have to have. But he's like, please let me. I'm like, no. He's like, please, I'm not gonna. He's like fucking fiending, y'all. He's like stopping himself, like, and I'm like, no. Y'all never believe that he sat there and after begging me and I kept saying no. He actually does it. So he goes down and he's like, he's like, starts like doing this to my, so he starts like sucking it and pulling it with his lips like a couple of times, and I'm pushing him. I'm like, no, stop. I'm pushing him off me. I finally push him off me. He got off me. He got off me after about maybe 10 seconds. After 10 seconds of him sucking on me, and like the inside of my clitoris, the inside of my clitoris, he's nibbling on. Okay. And I'm like, get off, no, stop, get off me. And he gets off of me, and then he goes to sleep, and I just sleep there. Now this girl is in the other line, on the other side of the curtain, y'all, sounding like a freaking goat. I don't know what. I don't know. Like this, I had to endure her sounding like a freaking animal on the other side, y'all. I wanted to just I wanted to just be with Duval so bad. Y'all. And to this day, I haven't spoken a word of that. I haven't said she was wrong. I went home with her. And until we fell out the next time. Let me tell you what happened. I went home with it. I continued living there. I started growing with my relationship with Duval. Started growing fast. And I started talking to men. She realized that. She did all this to me while she knew I was talking to a man. She set me up like that while she knew I was talking to a man. This is the second time I feel set up, but she set me up like that with a man. I don't know if she got money from me because I don't know what she offered them. I don't know what dealings she got from them. I don't know what she got out of it. I don't know why she did that to me. And why she trafficked me like that. Or whatever word. I feel like traffic is very, very like up there. But I don't know what other words. Why she gave me away like meat. Like you know. And turn your juju. So yeah, so I get to her house. Immediately she starts saying, oh, you got to pay half of the rent because I'm dealing with Duval. I was so embarrassed. She had me tell Duval to give me $300 to pay $600 of her half rent. Her rent was $600. She's like, Springs, I have no job. I have a baby. You told me, you literally was like, come here, I got you. Just for a little while. I was there for a few weeks before this girl done a bunch of things to me. I was there for a few weeks. I wasn't there 3 months max. 3 months max, and I don't even know if it was even 3 months. Within that span of 3 months, that girl abused and used me, y'all. My body, she thought my body, like, whatever. As soon as I started dating with Duval, she's like, oh, yeah, you gotta, whatever. So I literally, like a little puppy for this man I don't know. I don't know where else to get the money from. She's threatening me. I'm like, Duval, she told me I have to pay $300, like, whatever. Thank God my husband... He didn't know me. He could have been like, pay your rent. I just met this man. I've never in my life done that to a man. That's awkward. I've never in my life asked a man for $1. I've never in my life been with a man for money. Never. I've never wanted a man to say what you can do for me. I've always genuinely fell in love with people and for who they were and for just wanting to be loved and accepted back. Okay? To this day, I haven't said a word to nobody. I haven't spoken about this to nobody. I spoke to my husband. Y'all, I've been married to my husband for 11 years. Y'all never believe I told him this story about less than a year ago. And he was with me at that time. He never knew what happened that night. I told him less than a year ago, and I've been married to this man for 11 years. That lady follows me on here. That lady watches my videos. I'm not sure if she watches constantly or whatever. So there's a very high chance that somebody who knows her or she's going to watch this video herself. Yeah, you guys, so when I say that I've been through a lot of things, I really have. And I think that's due to me. I'm almost positive that it's because of me losing my mother at an early age. And probably not the fact, had I had people to protect me moving forward on a consistent basis, I probably would have never. And that's nobody's fault because who can, nobody knew. Nobody knows. It's nobody's responsibility. My mom passed away and I didn't have no dad. It was nobody's responsibility to take care of me and to make sure that I'm good. Nobody even knows what I'm going through if I'm out in the street, you know?
What? A juice. I got Juliana juice again.
Okay, Jace. Oh, that's
kidding.
cute.
I got her one of these. Juliana, I got you this one.
Oh, thank you.
Juliana, this one's for me. This one from me, that one's yours.
Can you
So,
get
like,
out for a couple of minutes so Mama can finish the story? And then you can come right back in. Okay, I was doing a story time on my phone.
What story?
Get out.
I want to hear a story.
I'll tell you after. Get out.
Is it a bad story?
It's a funny story.
Penny?
Mhm.
I want it to be a bad story, like a scary story.
Okay, get out. So yeah, guys, I think that it was due to me losing my mom and then me being like having no guidance. Nobody telling me how to do certain things or showing me what, you know. All I know is that I wanted people in my life who accepted me and loved me. And that kind of took me in directions that I didn't ask for, you know. But yeah. So there's something else that I wanted to say. I have like brain fog. I forgot. So yeah, I kind of felt like, you know what, Renee? It's okay for you to feel like that was effed up. It's okay for you to say that was a setup. It's okay for you to say that you got... It's okay for you to say that that was wrong. And it's okay if that person sees that you have a problem with what they did to you. You know? Now, I'm not going to say that this particularly... First of all, you know how I told y'all that I have other story times. And I always say in my story times that this affected me or this... I think that if this affected me, it affected me in ways that I didn't really stop to think about, because I don't feel like it affected me. Only reason why is certain things that happens in life. You know, I've heard people who said this before too. That's something I put in the back of my head and was like, I'm never going to speak of this. This never happened. It's almost like I put in the back of my mind, didn't happen. See, with things that happened with my family, I dwelled on that. I'm like, oh my God, like I dwelled on that. I was like, you know, I became that. I walked like it. I talked like it. I talked like a victim. I walked like a victim. I was a victim in my eyes. I'm nobody's victim. Again, that's what I learned after. I'm nobody's victim. Regardless of what you thought you got away with anything, it shaped who I was today, and I love that because I'm able to help people who deals with things that I've dealt with growing up. And it's hard growing up with no parents. You deal with people. It's hard growing up in orphanages. It's hard growing up with no protection and no guidance from an adult, because these are the type of things that happens to your children. And even if you are a parent and your children are here, while you be careful of if your kids are running these streets, like, you know, being a little bit too friendly, because I also know that I have adult conversations today, and these adults tell me that my mom thought she was my friend and she made me get away with a little bit too much. I don't like that. And then, you know what else they tell me? And then they'll look at me, they'll look at me dead in my eye and say, if my mom would have told me, no, you can't do that, stay. Or if my mom would have beat my ass, if my mom would have done this, I would have never went to go done what I've done. Or nobody would have been allowed to do what they've done to me had I would have had more of a guidance and protection. And we don't know that as kids. As we get older and things happen to us and we realize what happened to us, and now it makes sense of, you know, like, oh my gosh, and now it affected us now, and now we walking and talking and being it, and now we're like, bruh, had I have had whatever. But yeah, it's difficult for a child. Yeah, a 19-year-old is a child. A 18-year-old is a child to me. A 20-year-old is a child to me. I was a child. I didn't know nothing about life, y'all. I'm 34 years old now, and I'm just learning what happened to me.
Dang, you old. But mommy,
I'm 34 years old.
this hair color is called red. Mommy.
Oh, that's cute. All these little hair colors are so cute on you.
It's like purple.
Yeah, so you guys, I just wanted to share that story and put it on my heart because I never say nothing like that, and I wanted to get it off my chest. I wanted to get it off my chest for myself, to tell myself that you allowed to say something, baby. I know it's been 15 years. It's been 15 years. I'm now 30. Whatever it was between 19, I was 19. Whatever it was between 19 and now 34, how many years that was, that's how many years it's been. That's the exact age I was. And yeah, I'm so glad that I moved out of her home and moved in with Duval. He was living in Baton Rouge at the time. Me and Duval broke up. I left him because I was pregnant with little Jeremy. I went back to my baby daddy, had Jeremy. At 6 when I had Jeremy, and then when Jeremy was 6 weeks old, and he fought me really badly with Jeremy in my arms at 6 weeks, and he fractured Jeremy's skull. I broke my ankle. Yeah, I was just badly beaten, and that's the day that I moved out, and I moved in back with Duval. Thank God that he was there to pick me back up, because I left him to go right back. I love my husband. But you know what they say, y'all? You know what they say, like, if
This is me as a male.
you look like your brother, Jeremy. You know what they say? You know what they say, like, if somebody comes into your life and then they leave and then you come back and then it's meant to be exactly what happened to me and my husband. Our story is just like a very toxic fairy tale, okay? It's a fairy tale of how it ended up, but we went through... After that, I got with my kid's dad and I had 10 years of hell of something else. And then I just had a different type of problem when I became with my husband. However, life was amazing because we built together and we loved each other so hard, y'all. I was with my soulmate the entire time, and it made things so much easier. Everything I went through, it made it 10 times easier to have him on my side. I just want to say right now to my husband, I know he's not going to watch this video, and I'm not going to tell him that I have this video up, because every time I say things like this, I don't be wanting him to know. So, yeah, I love him. I love you, and I appreciate you so much. And you have brought me... He, by the way, picked me up that same exact night when I got beat. My husband picked me up, totally injured, 100% injured. Jeremy was already carried away in the ambulance. He drove me to the hospital with Jeremy, and he sat in that hospital bed with me for 3 days while Jeremy was hospitalized and monitored because his skull was fractured. And my now husband literally came and picked me up from my ex's house, literally, and we drove off into the, you know, we drove off together and we never turned back, y'all. And it's been us, it's been me and my man ever since. My man. Bitch, your man left you for dead. my man. Everything we even been through, like stuff that he had to go through with me and like stuff that I had to go through with him, we stuck by each other's side, you guys. And look at us today. We're winning today. We're happier than we could have ever been. We have a beautiful blended family. It could be more blended. And it should be more blended because we have another kid on the side. But we can't force somebody to be in our lives that don't want to be in our lives. So, yeah. My door's open whenever they're ready. She's ready to accept. It's been how... Just, you know, we love you. You feel? So, yeah. I just wanted to share that story with you guys. And, yeah, I wanted to get it off my chest because I never told nobody that story. And I wanted to make it okay for myself to do that. And to the person who did that to me, I forgive you. I have no grudge against you. Because every time I do a story time, here come, they want to come say lies, spreading lies about me. Last time I did that to my cousin said I gave her STD. I said, Lord, where did that come from? I said that wasn't me. Because I got in the same bed. I said to myself, that wasn't me. Who gave that to you, girl? Lord. I was there too when you was doing what you was doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that wasn't me, Lord. Because I didn't have one. I wasn't burning. So, you know what I'm saying? I've been very fresh and clean down there my entire life. I've been very careful with myself down here. You might have called me doing a couple of things, and you might have think that I was a whore because I broke my virgin. But, baby, I take care of me down there. Okay? I always have. I always will. Everything is very, very clean and very pretty and very nice. So that wasn't me. That was someone else. Okay, in any event. Yeah, lady, I forgive you. I just want to say that you were very wrong for what you did. I pray to God in heaven that you didn't do that to anyone else because you got me sexually molested. And I realize now that I did get sexually molested, and that is sexually molest. I didn't consent to that. While you were over there sounding like in the next room behind that curtain.
Mommy, stop moving. I'm trying to palm.
You were trying to get me? No, baby.
Mommy, hold this like this.
I didn't even screw my man outside that I had to leave. What makes you think I want to screw him? I'm trying to give it up to... Bye, guys. I gotta go. It's story time. With Renee. Bye, guys. I love you.